In the world of YouTube, creators invite us into their lives, documenting their experiences for millions to watch. But sometimes what begins as entertainment takes a dark and tragic turn. While many videos leave us entertained or informed, some capture haunting final moments that serve as a chilling reminder of how fragile life can be. These are the unsettling stories of YouTubers whose last recorded moments left the world in shock. From tragedies caught in real time to disturbing circumstances surrounding their final broadcasts, these cases show the darker side of online fame. Welcome to Haunting Final Moments Caught on Camera by YouTubers. Case number 1. The live-streamed abuse of Valentina Grigoryeva. Live streaming has changed the way we interact with content, allowing viewers to engage with creators in real time. But in 2020, one broadcast took a horrifying turn, exposing the brutal reality of online exploitation. Stanislav Reshetnikov, better known as Replay, was a Russian trash vlogger, a type of content creator who engaged in extreme, often controversial stunts for money. His live streams were fueled by donations from viewers who would pay him to perform degrading and abusive acts. On the night of his most infamous broadcast, his actions would cross a line that could never be undone. Reshetnikov's 28-year-old girlfriend, Valentina Grigoryeva, was frequently the target of his humiliating stunts. On this particular night, viewers watched as she was subjected to cruel treatment while he hurled insults at her, calling her names and berating her for his audience's amusement. But the situation escalated when, at the request of paying viewers, he forced Valentina outside in sub-zero temperatures wearing almost nothing. For an agonizing period, she remained trapped outside in the cold while the live stream continued. When he finally allowed her back in, something was wrong. She was unresponsive. Viewers who had initially cheered on the abuse now watched in horror as the realization set in. Valentina was dying before their eyes. Some of them urged Reshetnikov to seek help, while others dismissed it as just another cruel act for entertainment. Eventually, one viewer made the decision to call emergency services. When paramedics arrived, Valentina was already gone. Initially, reports suggested that hypothermia was the cause of death, but forensic examinations later confirmed she had suffered a fatal head injury, with extensive bruising and signs of trauma. It was later revealed that Reshetnikov had admitted to physically assaulting her multiple times during the stream. The shocking footage went viral, sparking outrage both in Russia and around the world. Authorities quickly arrested Reshetnikov, and during his trial, psychological assessments found him mentally fit to stand trial. Despite his claims that he never meant to kill her, he was convicted of inflicting grievous bodily harm resulting in death. He was sentenced to 6 years in a strict penal colony. This case ignited global discussions about the dark side of live streaming culture, where creators are incentivized to push the limits of human decency for views and financial gain. Russian lawmakers called for tougher regulations to prevent similar incidents, arguing that trash streams like replays needed to be stopped before more lives were lost. Valentina Grigoryeva's death remains one of the most horrifying moments ever broadcasted on YouTube. What started as an online spectacle ended in real-life tragedy, one that served as a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in the pursuit of internet fame. Case number 2. The YouTuber lost to a whirlpool. Some thrill-seekers push the limits of danger, capturing breathtaking moments on camera. But for Jacob Cockle, his passion for adventure would ultimately lead to his final moments, unknowingly recorded on film. Jacob, a 28-year-old YouTuber, was well known for his daring stunts, often swimming close to powerful whirlpools. He had built a reputation for taking risks that others wouldn't dare attempt. But on May 28, 2013, at Carnsue Pool in Haley, Cornwall, a body of water marked with warnings against swimming, his usual antics turned deadly. That day, Jacob was in the water with a friend, David Rain, who was recording him. As part of his usual high-risk style, Jacob was wearing a plastic horse's head as a comedic touch while getting dangerously close to the whirlpool. As the current pulled him in a circular motion, he jokingly turned to the camera and said, "Whoa, that was pretty scary." It would be one of the last things he ever said. Despite the obvious danger, Jacob continued filming. He took his GoPro and submerged himself, trying to capture footage from underwater. But after diving down, he never resurfaced. His friend, realizing something was terribly wrong, frantically searched for him. Moments later, he found Jacob floating face down at the far end of the pool. Emergency responders rushed to the scene and airlifted him to the hospital, but it was too late. Jacob was pronounced dead, with the cause confirmed as drowning. An inquest ruled his death accidental, noting that while Jacob was a skilled swimmer, he had always been a risk-taker. His mother, Carolyn Sheard, spoke of his fearless nature, recalling how he had once survived being trapped between a massive wave and a stone pier years earlier. Jacob was a free spirit, she said. He never saw danger in anything or anyone. While his tragic end was not intentional, it serves as a sobering reminder that even the most experienced adventurers are not invincible. The footage of his final moments, meant to be another thrilling video for his audience, became a haunting record of a life cut short by the very risks he loved to take. Case number 3, the high on life tragedy. For many, adventure is about pushing boundaries, capturing breathtaking moments, and sharing experiences with the world. But sometimes the pursuit of thrill-seeking can end in tragedy. In July 2018, 3 well-known YouTubers, Riker Gamble, Alexei Lyak, and Megan Scraper, lost their lives in a horrific accident at Shannon Falls in British Columbia, Canada. The trio were part of High on Life, a popular YouTube channel dedicated to extreme travel and adrenaline-fueled adventures. Known for their breathtaking stunts and scenic expeditions, they had amassed hundreds of thousands of followers who admired their fearless approach to life. But on this particular day, their passion for adventure led to a devastating outcome. While exploring the falls, the group ventured to the top of the cascading waters, an area known for its treacherous terrain. Megan Scraper, one of the members, reportedly lost her footing and was swept into a powerful lower pool, plunging over 30 meters down. In a desperate attempt to save her, Gamble and Lyak immediately followed, only to be pulled into the relentless currents themselves. The force of the rushing water was too strong, and none of them were able to escape. By the time emergency responders arrived, all 3 had tragically lost their lives. Their deaths sent shockwaves through their fan base, sparking an outpouring of grief from supporters and fellow content creators alike. In the days following the accident, their remaining friends and team members released an emotional tribute video, struggling to find the words to express their heartbreak. They spoke of their lost friends as kind-hearted, passionate, and full of life, people who had inspired so many to live boldly and embrace every moment. However, the tragedy also reignited conversations about the dangers of extreme content creation. The High on Life group had previously faced legal trouble for trespassing in restricted areas for their videos, including an incident at Yellowstone National Park that resulted in jail time for Gamble and Lyak. While their adventurous spirit was admired by many, their deaths served as a sobering reminder of the risks involved in chasing viral moments in dangerous environments. Though their time was cut short, their legacy remains in the videos they left behind. Their final moments, unknowingly captured before their tragic fall, serve as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale, one that highlights the fine line between adventure and danger. Case number 4. The YouTube stunt that turned deadly. YouTube stunts have become a way for content creators to stand out, often pushing the limits of what is safe in search of fame. But for one young couple, their quest for viral recognition resulted in a horrifying tragedy that was never meant to unfold. In June 2017, 22-year-old Pedro Ruiz III and his girlfriend, their content consisted mainly of pranks and challenges, hoping to build an audience and one day become online stars. But their latest stunt would prove to be a fatal mistake. Pedro had come up with an idea that he believed would gain them massive attention. He would hold a thick book to his chest while Mona Lisa fired a bullet at it from a .50 caliber Desert Eagle pistol. Convinced that the book would stop the bullet, he persuaded Mona Lisa to go through with it, despite her hesitations. The entire event was set to be recorded on 2 cameras, positioned to capture what they believed would be an exciting and harmless video. As the cameras rolled, Mona Lisa pulled the trigger. The bullet tore through the book and struck Pedro in the chest. The horrifying realization set in immediately. This was not a stunt gone wrong. It was a fatal miscalculation. Pedro collapsed, mortally wounded, as Mona Lisa, in sheer panic, called emergency services. But there was nothing they could do. Pedro was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities arrived and confiscated the cameras that had been set up to film the event. While much of the footage was never released due to its disturbing nature, investigators later allowed only the non-violent segments to be made public. Mona Lisa was arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter. She later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 180 days in jail, along with a 10-year probation period. The court also banned her from ever profiting from the video and permanently prohibited her from owning firearms. In the aftermath, the shocking incident reignited discussions about the growing trend of dangerous internet stunts. Many questioned how far content creators were willing to go for fame and how easily lives could be lost in the pursuit of viral success. Pedro's final moments, captured on camera but never meant to be his last, remain a haunting reminder of the price some are willing to pay for internet notoriety. These stories remind us of the fragile line between adventure and tragedy, between seeking attention and losing everything. From extreme stunts gone horribly wrong to real-life horrors unfolding live, these haunting final moments captured on camera serve as a sobering warning of the dangers that can come with the pursuit of internet fame. Whether it was reckless challenges, dangerous environments, or the toxic influence of online audiences, each of these cases tells a chilling story of how quickly things can go from thrilling to fatal. The pursuit of views and recognition should never come at the cost of human life. If you found this video thought-provoking, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more stories like this. What are your thoughts on these shocking final moments? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and think twice before hitting record.